my
Kiosk Radio.
Hello everyone, this is Club Derive. We are talking about mobility today with the body in motion, the people dancing in the crowd until they glitch to even bigger crowd, to boats, and start transforming themselves into moth. And on the north they are performing rituals that lead them to chairs and pigeon. On these rituals, there are flags about that flag that move, but they are forced to move. To move and start glitching again. They glitch again and again and again. This is the mic. And the house are not moving anymore. They are not moving anymore. They are surrounded by snow. So they construct bikes that transform into bicycle. That's not very functional, but it's human nature, So they are making compromise and work together, and sometimes they are doing quite smart things, smart theories. They are building devices, they are performing with these devices, and they fit into a canvas, they fit into galleries that have quite good accessibility. But this accessibility is some days uncanny or really canny, like the folding animals and the pinstripe. But we made also beautiful tasks and cute drawings that are instructed to end a result that is static. And we made stupid chairs, but also really beautiful chairs. And we map the mobility when there is a lot of chairs, and that leaves traces and archive that transform into sound, into waves, and into pattern, into shapes, into the nature, into cycles, and determine forces and natural forces as well, like river, and the flags moves again. They move into the wind, and they rebound. And there is ton of people passing the sun in the desert with the nice flowery cactuses that leaves image that looks static like the cactus, and and that's actually really futuristic. Yeah, I can do like that. there is a parking spot but made out of blankets and ton of couch in the streets to have a new point of view and change view. And that's the end of the story. That's the end of the story when the world, the murs are about to explode.
We are starting a new chapter. So this new chapter of the book starts as following. We start with bodily emotions, raw natural forms, human expression, sitting on shoulders, underneath glass, bleaching faces, singing, for freedom, lots of crowds getting together, people with no homes, coming from war, all pushed together on a boat. Is this mobile? When we are buried, what's our ritual? Can we move? Do we know how to move? Pigeons colored, different types. Each form their own identity in a way that is new. What is new? Can we build DIY structures? What does open source mean? Are we forced to be mobile? I wave a flag and break the bread, creating the bread. Do we all live in caravans?
I wasn't jealous before we met.
Are we nomads?
Now every woman I see is a potential threat.
What does being a nomad mean?
And I'm possessive, it is.
There was this guy one time, and he crashed in the middle of the desert
King was my
with his car.
advice.
And all of a sudden, he decided that he needed to rearrange his car.
Now everything is new,
So all of the parts
and all I've learned
in his car,
has
he
overturned.
transformed it,
I beg of you,
and they became a bicycle with a motor,
go
with everything.
wasting your emotion. Lay all your love on me.
Do we move snow? When will we see snow? Will it ever occur to us that maybe there will be no more snow?
It was like shooting a sitting duck.
What does equilibrium
Small
mean?
tuck, a smiling baby.
Non-functional.
Stuck. I still don't know
When
what
there
you've
is
done with
a
me.
ball inside a bowl,
it
stays there.
So easily.
when we turn the bowl upside down,
I feel kind of fear
it cannot stay there.
when I don't have you near.
When a ball is laying on a flat ground,
I'm satisfied.
it can go everywhere.
Skip my pride. I beg you, dear. Don't go.
If I lift my coffee and there's a string attached to yours, will those levels of your coffee rise? There's this opera, and it's called Blaubat. And it's about a man who kills his wives. They all go up into one attic, and then when they know what's inside the attic, he kills them. Just to keep his reputation, of course. Why else would he? And he takes a portable radio, such as Kiosk Radio, which is connected to satellites. There's a wall with a hole, which we call a door, a frame, pillars, more walls, which we call buildings.
What can I do? Don't go.
When will we ever stop making robots that look like humans? Are we in love with ourselves?
Sharing your devotion. Lay all your love.
A chair surrounded by trees that is connected to some idealized city, together with a chair that can only be constructed by men, just like a white cup with way too many handles.
We shared out here brings memories back when you were here.
Looks quite lonely. There's no one like it.
Your easy laughter.
If I turn a page,
those moments
I see another human theory.
I think of you.
It's the uncanny valley. I don't really know what it means.
And think of you.
Where did everybody go? Next to that, you can see some paper clips in all different sizes.
The dreams we dreamt together.
I didn't know there were so many varieties.
We vowed would never melt.
I also see a canvas
in the sun.
that can be entered.
My days now end as they
A canvas that is not only hung on the walls,
of you.
but that you can also pass by and pass through.
I think of you
It is even painted.
and think of you.
I don't know if it's unpractical or very
Down the
practical.
streets I walked with
Just like the
you,
German pavilion
seeing
of the
others
Venice
doing
Biennale, that was all
things we do.
about accessibility.
Now these thoughts are haunting me.
Coffee in the morning
I used to
can
be.
also be drunk together.
And in these times that we're
But
apart,
what happens if all your cups are
here's
connected?
a song that
Just like a
breaks my
tandem
heart
bike.
and
That is
think
also
of you,
highly unpractical.
and I think of you
How can it be
and think of
that
you
human beings are so practical and unpractical
and
at the same
think of
time?
you, and
Like this man that's stranded with his motorcycle and totally rebuilt it into something that could actually ride. But then again, you have those technical problems when you're zooming. Faces that kind of disappear and that look totally distorted. Just like sourdough starters can create new life over and over again. Or mobile homes that are actually not really mobile. Or boats that carry way too many people. Or raves that are illegal but still held. Or overly crowded electrical stairs. Practical and unpractical at the same time.
Flags are like birds in the sky sometimes, floating in the air. Sometimes the system is glitching. But what about if you have a house that you can move around? The snow and the hills. Things at balance, think unbalanced, and things you can balance out. It's like driving a tandem in two people. Doors, arches, and walking through them. Human likeness. Immobile structures that give you an opportunity to move. sitting on a chair and staring at the landscape. Everyday ways of moving, everyday ways of using objects, everyday objects. Unintended natural forces. Changing structures, changing tensions. Walking up the hills. The future is not far. Sometimes it's like having a different perspective. People together in different places. Migration, displacement, and gathering. Starting out a process. Different processes. Cold is good in company when cold and together, when warm and together. Sometimes coffee is also good when cold, in summer. Why cups have only one handle when they could have 5? Archiving stories and archiving objects, just collecting life and memories.
Radio.
Okay. 12 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 maybe people. More on the red one. North. And subway north. And some wooden decks laying. People on a boat. And a chair layout. Very comfortable looking. Something very bedding-like. Mobility. 3 blankets waving. And pigeons flying. Person praying to the grass probably. Forced mobility. 2 cans. And 12 squares again. And a box house. A man with something like a motorbike. Looks cool. And a car in the background. Satellite. 12, 9, 12, 12, 12, 2, 2, 2. Non-functional. Рисунок 1A. Рисунок 1B. Рисунок 1B. People drinking coffee, 4 cups. Connected. Time as equilibrium. Radio, gold, Jinru. Model KK9. Only 2 buttons. That seems useful, and an antenna on top, and a satellite. Black background, with people on a foreground, and a box. Black and white picture of something which was blue before, and a Biennale house, and another one picture of something which was blue before. Where did everybody go? All 23 monitors, 21. Zombie. Affinity.
A folded bird, just like the folded paper clips. Uncanny. A cup with a lot of handles and a weirdly dark illustration. Also a chair that needs to be put together. A chair like the monoblock chair, standing in a vast landscape, much like a dreamy landscape, and again, a chair that needs to be assembled. 100 chairs, 100 days. That gives 100 chairs, just like all these empty jackets that are hanging on the metal frame. A lot of butterflies as well on the floor. boxes and trash laying around in the snow. The Doppler effect showing 1, 2, 3, even 4 waves, and showing visual representations of sound spiraling into a pier, and people carrying sand across the mountain. It shows a spiky cactus with flowers trying to move while the spiky cactus is static. There's a manifesto of futurism and a picture depicting 2 moments of the same moment, but with a little time passing by. There's a big, large, black barking carpet on the floor with a big P and a long line of chairs that are posed on the street next to some houses. There's also a guy laying on a wooden structure type thing for another perspective, looking over a wall on a field, on a ladder, and an art installation that pushes the walls more and more as more people that come into the exposition. People raving illegally on the street, glitch, glitch. Ceremonial type thing for people that died, and people moving statically while being on the electric elevator. Also, people in a boat going to a place where colored pigeons fly, and a man lays down on the floor with some flags waving in the wind, and a Holy Maria event in Italy is taking place next to a chair that needs to be assembled. There's a caravan that's, well, supposed to move, but they never really do, to be honest. And some samples to make some bread and some drinks, I guess. A man transformed this deux chevaux into a very original motorcycle that he used to cross the desert. And snow sucks because you can't move your car, and you have to get the snow out of the way before you can even move. Also balance, like a ball in a bowl, a ball on top of a bowl, and a ball on the line. With even 4 coffee cups, all connected through wires. And once you drink, all the other cups are affected. So there's a bike with 2 people on it, which is very unhandy, very impractical. But there's also a radio, a gold Jinru model KK9 with a silver antenna and a satellite. But it's a weather satellite, so that's good. And also a performance, a dance performance, and an interactive art show where you can cross through the art. That's pretty cool. And also just the accessibility for people with wheelchairs and buggies to enter the museum, the backside of the interactive exposition. Also the Uncanny Valley, with folded animals, like a bird, origami, like a crane bird, folded like paper clips, folded metal, and where did everybody go? Oh, we're at the mugs again. The mugs with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 handles, and a dark medieval painting type thing, and a chair that needs to be assembled. And that chair looks like the monoblock chair again, standing in the vast landscape. Can be moved, shows globalization, shows just a whole lot of versatility of a simple plastic chair very dreamy like again, the chair that needs to be put together, kind of like an old IKEA type thing, but before IKEA, you know. And jackets that hang on a metal frame, referencing I think movement and going somewhere. There's 100 chairs that have been created in 100 days, and so to be able to go source and find all those materials to go on the move and get what you need to get those chairs is much like all these butterflies on the floor. They stop moving, but I guess they're in an inventory now where we can discuss their movements in the past while they're being static in the box. Also a lot of trash on the floor. I also read Kiosk on that trash, which is amazing. Also very much on the move. The Doppler effect shows wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and ripples. Ripples of sound, each representing their own visual representation of how sound moves and how it moves you. It spirals into a large sphere, and yeah, there's like it's like a big wind installation that moves on the beach. Doesn't need any electricity, much like a river though, in a valley. Weird shapes, beautiful lines, and motorcycles just driving round and round and round and round. There's 2 of them, by the way, 2 motorcycles. And also a screenshot of a scenery on the metro station.
The south with sand, an animal blowing in the wind, made of wood, made of plastic, made of water, sending an unintended force. Wind, there's always wind. How do you change the tension of the wind? Having the animal move unintentionally. Turning the page into more sand. People scooping sand. Why are they scooping sand, I wonder? There is boxes behind them in the sand, and they're in a long line, all of them behind each other, scooping sand. In a place with sand, there's also a cactus, a wild cactus flowering into the future. A future in which time is changed in a photograph. New perspectives by putting things into place. Things like a giant P for parking, or a bench on the street where everyone can sit together, changing the street into a big seat, or putting your wall in the landscape and you go on a ladder to view it. Human influence on the landscape. And then a giant construction, and when will it break? So many people have to go under until it breaks. Will it break? Mobility or bodily emotion, people dancing, being mobile, moving while dancing, dancing while moving, a disturbed video call. Forced mobility. Pigeons and flags. A tower of people. Forced mobility. Sourdough. Functional bike. Coffee seeks its own level. Radio. Satellite. Unfunctional bike. Doppler effect. Paper clips. A folded bird. A plastic chair. A self-made chair. DIY chair. Mapping mobility. As found archive. Doppler effect. South. A natural force. Wind. A stream of water. A tent. A parachute. Changing tension. Umbrellas. Moving mountains. Cactus. Obstructions. Human influences. New perspective through obstruction. Tension. Bodily emotions.
glitches, glitches. Forced mobility, glitches and a self-made chair. Sourdough.
You should have been there at the plaza with the people, all walking around with the kids, listening to the music, putting paper clips where they don't belong. I had a cup of coffee there. It had like 6 handles, 7, maybe 8, but we were only with like 2 people. 1 plastic chair for me and 1 nice wooden chair, Italian made, for my loved one. We entered the building and there were like a lot of coats, so I imagined a lot of people. But all I could see were all these empty chairs. Maybe they were for the butterflies. Maybe they were for the butterflies. But the butterflies, they sat on the seats. The butterflies were just flying around. They were flying around with the wind, like moving in circles, moving in waves. They moved in so many waves that I couldn't even see the waves anymore. But then they all calmed down and the waves began to form a mirror again. The biggest lake I had ever seen. The biggest lake. I think maybe the biggest lake in the world. Maybe the biggest lake in the universe. I don't know. I was just looking, but then I saw these guys like riding their motorcycles around. They were going fast. Super fast. But they were going in circles. I don't want to go in circles. I just want to go. Oh yeah, they were going in circles. I don't want to go in circles. I just want to go straight. I want to go straight to the parachute. I want to be where I was when I was a kid. It was like the best time of my life. I remember the time when I was a kid. I moved mountains with my friends. We moved them with our shovels, with our feet, with our hands. We just moved them around until we hit the cactus, and some of my friends got hit by the cactus and they were in a lot of pain. But maybe sometimes you have to be a bit in pain. Like when you cross the sidewalk when the light is red and you got hit by a car, like that kind of pain. I'm gonna do Bob Dylan talk for the rest.
Starts swimming or you think like a stone, or the pain
Some writers and critics who prophesize with your pen. And keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. And there's no telling who that it's naming. Was the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changing. Senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall. For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. The battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are a-changing. Mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first